Why are there no purple or green stars? This is a very good question. Has your teacher ever made you think about this? Why are there no purple or green stars? It's a very good question. So let me let me answer this question. It's a very good question. I like it, and let me answer it. So here is okay. Let's take a look at this. So let me ask you a different question first of all to answer this question. Why are there no purple or green stars? See, when you take a piece of metal, let's say a piece of iron, and you heat that piece of iron, what is the transformation that you see? You first see, as you start heating the piece of iron, that the piece of iron, the iron rod, starts glowing. The initial color is a dull red color. Then, as you heat it further, as the temperature rises, it becomes a bright red color. Then it becomes orange and yellow. Then it becomes bluish white, and that is the final color before it melts. You would never see a piece of iron glow green or purple, even though it emits those wavelengths of light. If you can see here, so if you can see my mouse pointer, this is the black body spectrum, which is the rainbow, right? And the metal that you heat, it actually emits light in all of these wavelengths. It emits initially red light, then orange light, then yellow light, then it emits green light, then blue and purple lights as well. And yet you never see it that way. Why is that? It's not because it doesn't emit that light of that color. It's because the human eye sees the light differently. So even with stars, there are stars that emit light in all these colors. For example, our star, the sun, its light peaks in the green part of the spectrum, and yet we don't see it as green. We don't see any green light coming from the sun. It's because of the biological construction of our eyes. Our eyes have two kinds of photoreceptor cells, rods and cones. One of these cells, it detects the amount of light that comes in, the luminosity, and the other kind of cell detects colors. So human eyes, I'm not sure exactly what the biology is, but we are unable to see the green light that is detected because it is kind of drowned out in all the other colors of the spectrum that are emitted. So when it becomes greenish, we kind of see it as white. And similarly, we don't see indigo or purple. We see that it all blends together and looks like white light. So if you see the light of the sun, it is white light. The sun looks yellowish to us, but the light that comes out of the sun is white light. It is a combination of all the colors of the spectrum put together. And our eyes do detect red, they do detect orange and yellow, and they do detect blue to some extent, but they somehow interpret green and the purple and region of the spectrum as something that's mixed together with all the other colors, and that's why it all looks white to us. So it's a biological thing. It's not a physical thing. So there are stars that emit light of all colors. There may be stars that emit more green light too, or purple light too, and yet we don't see it that way. We see them most likely as white stars. So when you look in the sky, you will see stars twinkling in various colors. Many of them look blue, some of them look white, some of them look yellowish, oranges, some of them look red, but we never observe stars that look green or purple. So that's the reason. It's a biological thing. Our eyes are designed in a certain manner that they do not perceive that sort of light coming from stars. They see it only as white. But the green light does come out of stars the same way that green light is emitted by heated metals, but we don't see it. Our eyes don't perceive it. It's a perception issue, not an emission issue. All right, so I hope that answers the question. Stars emit light in all colors, but we don't see it that way.